Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is Originz, back with ScullCraft, redstoning again. Okay, so this is the one that you guys saw last. Was this design? Now this design, right here, this would be the meridian. So someone's shop, their wall would be this block right here. Okay, so this redstone comes out right there. I can't really fix that on this one, but on my next two previous ones, I did address that problem. Another problem is the height. The redstone right here came up an extra block, which I don't really like. And I'm also counting on this block right here not to be bedrock because the block at, not that height, sorry. Or is it? Yeah, it is that height. I'm counting on all of this blocks in this line right here not to be bedrock because this would be the bedrock level. Also, uh, it's just one layer too deep. This would be where the redstone is right now. This would be the tunnel below's roof. So I got to bring it up one block, which I did address as well. And it's also kind of like a mess of wires back here. And in the next ones, I took basically this monostable circuit and condensed it fairly, or yeah, quite a bit actually. So over here, I've addressed that problem. It's still down 3, but instead of being the lowest part on the ground level right here, it's actually up one level. So all these blocks, or all the redstone, would be on the roof of the tunnel, which is Supa's, mine, and Calm's, but we have not worked on it yet, so I haven't been able to implement this into the shop or into ScullCraft yet. So I've been working on the design over there to try and fix that problem. It is condensed a lot, and I started using blocks as color identification. So any like diamond block or half slab like this will have redstone on, and any block that power goes through for only a tick, or it just goes through, or it's getting pushed up by a piston has a gold block. And then any block that cuts a wire is a iron block. But again, it's still kind of messy for the wiring up here, so I was trying to condense it even more, and it goes out quite a fair bit on this side. So now in my third design, I've condensed it quite a bit. So on the previous one, it came out about 4 blocks right here on this side. And over here, the gold again is meridian, but I've pushed this back quite a bit, so it doesn't have to be, sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. It doesn't have to be at the, what am I trying to say? Like, again, this would be the walls to the next shop. It's back like 15 blocks from the start, and mine, it's up like 3 blocks, so it's half slab, so it's back already like 5 blocks. So I don't think it's going to run into someone's shop. So I think that is all right. But I've condensed it quite a bit right here. I've also tried to keep true up here as well. So where it does cut over, I kept that at the same point right here because I couldn't have this running over unless I cut the wire. But that brought everything up right here, and I kind of like the wire not having to be cut because I think I might plan on using this line for something in the future. So I would probably bring it like right here and then bring it up or so, which I want to cut these 2 blocks and not have to worry about that. But I may change that. I don't know. In fact, let's just do that because that can actually go like so. And yeah, that's just going to bring down on wire. So let me grab a iron block from down here. That's not that bad. Weather clear. Okay, so yeah, now it's a little bit more condensed up top. Now, let's see. Now, a problem I had on, I didn't have it on this one, but let me just get this here, dropper. The reset, basically, repeater goes into this block, which powers these, which just send the item, which is in here, back into this one where it's not powering the comparator, which is essentially creating a T flip-flop with the droppers, and it's also powering these two redstone dusts right here, which do the same thing. Now, when I tried building that over here, I noticed that there was a problem. And it's weird because it's not all the time. So for this dropper, it works. So I'll show you. If I hit the button, that sends a redstone into this one, which sends out a 1 signal, which basically just unpowers this. So when I hit the reset, it sends it from this one back into here, okay? Now, we are facing the north direction, and this only happens in the north direction. Now, I'll actually go down here to demonstrate. Let's see. 1, 2. Go space of 3. Do that, do that. Make sure to put a redstone in the first one, like so. And this would be our wall right here. And we got the buttons right here, okay? So here's a bug. I don't know why it does it on the bottom one, because it doesn't have anything around, so there's really nothing to make it happen. But it's acting like a repeater. And what I mean by that is if I had a repeater right here and right here, when I power these repeaters, you'll notice there's no dust in there. There's dust in here. It's going to send the dust over here. And you might be thinking, why is that? Well, what happens is repeater powers the block right here first, okay? So it's going to power this dropper, which is going to send any items into it, into this dropper. Now, here's the weird thing. Now, the repeater, repeaters carry strong signals. So when it does get that signal, in fact, I'll just do this. I'll put my torch there when I need to. But anyways, when the repeater powers this, it's a strong signal. So it's going to power this block right here. This one. It's going to power the dropper there and also the block in front of it. Basically, it carries the signal through this block and can power any of these 4 blocks. And so on the first go, it powers this, and then like a tick, not even a tick later, just a little bit later, it powers all 4 of these. Which, since this is a dropper, it's powering that, which is sending the item back into here, which is keeping this item on this side, so it's not acting like a reset. Now, with the dust here, get rid of this one just for a second. The dust carries a weak signal, so it doesn't power this dropper, or what the heck? Oh, okay. Or the block here, or the block above, okay? So it only powers this dropper. Now the weird thing is, it's not powering this dropper. For some reason, in some spots on the north side, like up here I said, this it doesn't affect. But for the one below, it does. Basically, it's acting like a repeater where it's powering this block, sending the thing inside of it to this one, and then this dropper is repowering and sending the block through, which I will demonstrate for you right here. Let's place this right here, and we'll, oh, that one still has the dust in it. Okay, first let's put the dust right in there, and we'll put a dust right in there, or a diamond. Okay, so this has redstone, this one has diamond. Now, if I power this, sorry, let me redo that. Or did I do a diamond in both? No. Okay. No, maybe that, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work. Because it's getting power from here, I guess. I don't know. That was a bad example. Well, let's just redo this. Anyways, with the repeater, it's going to do the same thing. Oops, I forgot to put the item in. You know what, I'll just do this, and we'll do this, and we'll grab a little bit of that. Okay. Okay, so that's powering both of them. Now, if I replace this, come on. Okay, and I put a comparator on this block right here. And I put a comparator on this block, and I also redo this. Now, when I power both of them, they're both going to keep it because it's powering this one first and then powering this one, which sends the item forward, okay? Now if I put a dust there, oh damn it, did I get, I gotta take one item out. Herg. Messing up already, okay. Okay, so that one's not coming on. Why is that? Well, for some reason, in the north direction, this dust is acting like a repeater where it's powering this, and then it's powering this one second, which keeps the item over on this side. And for reasons I have no idea. But anyways, it's a bug. So on this one, I had to change up from that other side just a little bit. So I have the repeater there, but the repeater powers the first block, and then it powers this one second, which sends the item back over. So it's doing the same thing. So it's kind of better. It's just not quite as compact. I actually have one block under. But this one, like I said, is more compact. Now, contraption I've been working on is supposed to hook up to the, like, kind of like the yes line. This is that you have paid. So when you've paid, it basically just turns the signal off from this side. So it knows that you've paid for that item, like so. And so if you had the button selected, it would turn this off, which when you hit the order, it would send the line through. And that is this over here. So this is using Ethos Design for his hopper timer. Now we got 64 diamonds in here, nothing in here. We have both of these activated, but I'm going to, let's just say we hit one button. So there's supposed to be one of these for each button. So let's say we only hit one button. Okay, so I'm going to remove that so there's no output being sent from here. So when this timer goes, it's going to keep this redstone block in front of here for long enough time to send 2 items through, which we'll demonstrate right here. So only 2 items go through. Hit it again, 2 items go through. Okay, pretty simple. Now the top one does the same thing. Now if we remove the bottom, oops, excuse me, sorry about that. It's going to keep it pulsed for the same time, so only 2 go through. Alright, pretty simple. Now the beautiful thing about this is when we add delay, basically what we're doing is saying if this one is active, it's going to send a pulse, keep it for long enough to get 2 items from here into the hopper, okay? And then after that's done, we're going to send another signal through, which has an 8 delay as compared to no delay. And that's going to keep it off for another 2 ticks, or for as many items for mind work for another 2 items to go through. So when they're both on, it'll send a total of 4 through, which we see right there. Beautiful. And if we can keep hitting that again. And so basically what happens, I'll show this. If you only have 4 delay, it won't work. It'll just send 3 items through, because this signal is reaching the signal from this top one too soon. So it's only staying active long enough to keep 3 items through. Now what you can do, you really only need a 5 tick delay in between each one of these to count for 2 items for each one. So that'll set them through 4. Now, let me just show you something quick. Replace that. Get rid of that. And now in here, basically the way it works, if you want 2 ticks to come out, you put 1 more item in here. So we got 3 items in there, and same for the down one, we got 3 items. Now if we put 1 more in there, so now we got 4, we're going to get 3 out of here. Right there. Beautiful. Okay, so now we got the 3 out. Now if we put a 5 tick delay down like so, I don't think this is going to work. I haven't tested it yet. Yeah, we only get 4, okay? So you need an 8 tick if you want to have the one more item. So now, oh, maybe you need more. Okay. Yeah, maybe you do need more time. Yeah, that would make sense actually. Let's see. So that would go there, like so. And then, yeah, you would just need the 9 tick delay, like so. So now we should be getting 5 out here. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So the way it works is every uh, every 2 items that we want out, every item requires one full repeater. Or let's try and figure the math out. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. I know how it works. It's just I'm not the greatest at explaining it. But anyways, so like if we wanted another item out of this top one here, so this will get, if we cut this will get 4 items. Yeah. So that'll get 4. And then this one still only has 2 items because there's only 3 in there. So we would need another one on full delay, and then we would need this at least on 1 all the way up to 4. And then we could just add it like so. Oh, well, that's not going to send a signal through. Let's see. Yeah, I can get rid of this. Okay, so that's going to work. So now, let's see. We'll get, how many are in here? There are 5 in there, so we'll get 4 from the top one, and we'll get 2 from the bottom. So we should have 6 right in here. Okay. Yep, so that works out pretty good. Just gotta know how many you're going with. But basically, I want to implement this into here. I'm just not sure how, and that's my problem. So I'm going to kind of get working on that and trying to figure that out, because also when you push a button, I would like, maybe I should make it, I could do this like say you have to pay first, and then that's the only way that it'll count that the items have gone through. So you would pay, I don't know, I have to figure it out. But anyways, when that happens, I wanted to deactivate one of these lines. Like, well, I guess that works as well. So it would deactivate this line so you could pay through that. And this, I'm just setting this up. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this either, but I've kept this all clean for now. But that is how I'm going to set it up. I'm just not sure when yet. And I may also change this up because I think I could get another couple spaces to play with down here if I just made these half slabs, like so, doo doo, and let's see, grab this back. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Oh, derp. I need this back. Well, no, that don't work. Okay, maybe it's not possible to get another space out of that. Oh well. But yeah, I'm just trying to compact it as much as I can. So this is actually my 4th iteration of this build. It's a lot more compact than the first and a lot more finished. And I still have it in the same amount of area, or like the amount of area that it is required for it. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. The only part that I'm not too happy is right here, which I think I could actually move this all over one. If I just had this run down right there, then I could have the same thing moved over 1 block. But I moved it over 1 block in access on this side and on that side, just because I'm not sure how much space I need in the middle here. So I wanted to leave this open so I could work on something like this. But anyways, I'm talking too much and this is getting pretty long and I wanted to add other stuff in here. So I'm going to get working on this, hopefully finish it, and if not, I'll add something a little special at the end. But otherwise, I think I'm going to be calling it end here in my creative world for today. So thank you guys all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And I hope you enjoyed this part of the video and that little bug I found out. So thank you again for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day. Alrighty. I knew I said I would do something else at the end, but please don't hate me. I finally finished it. Basically, here I'll hit the reset. I'll kind of do a brief overview. So basically, under the item frame, that's the chest that you use to pay. So for this one, that'd be the armor. So that's 3. So you put 3 in there. Hit the button for it. Nothing happens there. If I hit reset, it doesn't take the items away. It just gets rid of that. If we hit yes, items go through. All the items got sucked in. And whoo, look at that. Got 4 of the redstone. Beautiful. And now if you hit order again, won't work. Order can't go through, and I'll explain why in just a minute here. But anyways, we'll start off with this. So items go through. They get sucked into the hopper. What happens here is when you hit the order button, just for easy sake, that's this line right here, deactivates the line in the middle, which goes into this little pulse extender, just keeps it open enough, just enough for 3 items to flow, or a max of 4 items, I should say, can flow. And I think I could actually change that if I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 2. Which chest was it? This one? Yeah. We'll hit the order button. Okay, see, now that is staying on. There's 1 in there, and there's 1 in there. So if I make this 3 ticks, put 1, 2, 3 in here, hit the order button. Awesome. Only 3 can go through. Can a 4th one go in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if it can, darn. Yeah, it can. Right, let's change this to 1. Let's see what happens if we put 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to see if I can figure this out here. Doesn't look like I can, because 1 item gets stuck in there, 1 in there. So unfortunately that doesn't work. We'll hit reset. We'll just keep that at 4. So anyways, 3 items can go through the hopper, and then the 4th would get stuck, which activates this, which is not a problem. And I will show you why in just a minute. But if I put 5 items in here, I'll just put a stack. And so we're at 44. Just to show you guys, only 4 can go through. There we go. They stopped going through. Only 4 went through. 4th one got stuck. Beautiful. Okay. Well, we don't really need the reset. Anyways, so that pulse extends, so only 4 can go through. So if you overpay, you will only lose 1 extra diamond or emerald. Alright? But you can get it back. It's pretty simple. You could just like reach in here and grab it if you're really that worried about it. I'm only allowing the correct amount to flow through. Actually, I shouldn't say the correct amount, because this is the only one that costs 3. These other ones cost 2, but they're affected by the same pulse extenders, so they allow the extra items to go through, which you don't get back. So don't overpay, and if you don't pay enough, it's not going to work either. Reason is, this goes down here. This goes into this. This is a little timer. When 2 items pass through, or 3 items for this one, that's why we have 3 in this, it creates a pulse long enough for this to activate 2 for the ones that have 2, and enough for 3 if it has the 3, which is the armor, which is this line. Anyways, that pulses 3 times with this little timer right here, this little 3x2. That goes into this little piston, which is not a monostable circuit, but it's just it just goes up and down 3 times, which sends 3 signals through this repeater, through this block into here, which sends 3 items, which are in here, over to this dropper. Few seconds later, or not even a few seconds, few ticks later, all the items get sent back into here from this same pulse, because they get pulsed 3 times, which sends all 3 back into this dropper. Now, when let's change the weather. When this dropper has items in it, it has a signal which goes all the way up to here, which goes into this, which is extended so pulse cannot go through. All right. Now, when that gets turned off, that's when all 3 items are from this from this dropper over to this dropper. It turns off, which pulls this down for just a blink of a second, and then the timer catches up, and that's when it starts pulsing items back over. So once one item gets back into the dropper there, this turns back on, sends a quick pulse through here, which goes on and does its normal thing. So basically I just got rid of this repeater and added this where you need to put at least 2 items in, 2 diamonds or 2 emeralds for these 3, and then you need to put in at least 3 for this. If you put in just 2, 1, 2, I'll show you what happens. We'll hit the button. We'll hit this. And what happened? Oh, it was down here. Sorry, I missed it. With only 2, it only sends a pulse long enough for 2 ticks like this to go through, which only sends 2 items over into this one. So this one stays powered, so nothing goes through here. Aw. Don't underpay me. You will lose your items. Also, you can overpay, but on this one you can at least get it back by reaching into the hopper here. The other ones you will lose them as well. So please read the book that I will be putting in here. Also, what has changed? Well, besides that, it looks pretty complicated, but I've done it as best I can where it's not super complicated. Now what the complicated part, and the part that makes me want to go download World Edit, really, I just want to like copy this over, copy this 8 times, because that's how many layers there are. Just copy it like 8 times this way, or like 4 this way and 4 that way, just so I don't have to redo it. And then I'm going to go through and basically destroy all the blocks except for 1 layer's worth. So like I'll keep this first layer, keep the second layer on the next one, keep the third layer on the next, and yada yada. And that way I can count out exactly how many of each things I need, which won't be too difficult at all to do. And that'll really help me count out, and it'll also help me be able to place right, because obviously in survival you can't fly, so I'm going to start from the bottom up, and a lot of this I didn't do from the bottom up. I did from the top down, or from like the middle top, middle bottom, something like that. So it's just going to help me do that. Basically that's it. I mean, it really is finished, and now I can do a design in here, which I believe I'm going to do this design. I think this looks pretty nice. Might cut down a little bit on the iron and put something else there, but I really do like this design. The only thing is, oh, no, whatever. This item frame would be moved over right there. These chests wouldn't be here; they'll be in the ground. And yeah, I really like that design. I kind of want to do something with bricks, because I really haven't ever done anything with bricks. But this is your ender chest when you need diamonds or emeralds. And then this will be the rule book. These 2 spit out, so you'll get the armor and the weapons spat out at you. so you don't have to go into the chest and pick them up. And then this is for the potions, which you do have to pick up, and this is also for the random stuff. Anyways, this video is getting very long, so I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not really sure how to put things up for download, but if I can get world edit and edit this into like another world, I would gladly do that for you. If you guys want that, that is. I'm not exactly sure if I can do it, but if I can, I will do my best to figure that out. Maybe someone knows how to. You could tell me if you guys really want it, but I kind of want to keep most of the stuff to myself, so I don't want to just give you my entire world. But I'll gladly give you guys this shop idea if this floats your boat, or if you want to mess around and try and make things more compact, see what I did exactly. Maybe you guys want to follow, see how things are compacted. Maybe you guys could build something even better than mine that's more efficient and more accurate. Go right ahead if you want to, post a video response. But I tell you, unless you're good at redstone, which I'm not very good at redstone. I understand most of it. Well, I shouldn't say most of it. I understand it, but in a lot of things it's kind of complicated. So something like this, if I didn't have to keep it compact, I think it would be a lot easier. But I have to compact it to save space for people on this side, and I just want it as small as possible. I don't want to be wasting redstone because I don't have an unlimited supply. But anyways, I'm just yapping on, so I am going to end it here. Again, thank you guys for watching if you did, and really have a good day. And hopefully next episode you'll see this actually in ScullCraft. If not, something that I'm missing is just doing this all out. That means I probably haven't done world edit or something, because this gets really boring if I have to do it 8 times. Keep yapping on. Sorry guys. I will see you next episode. Bye.